Okay, but yeah, we're gonna watch every cinematic before the expansion comes out, and that should like take us to when the new expansion launches, pretty much. So yeah, we'll get right to it. Let's start with the classic one. We're gonna go in reverse. Should we start from newest to? I mean, we gotta go chronological. We have to. I would say save the best for last with the first one, but like we gotta start with the classic one. This is like, let's get you in the WoW mood. 10 years of Warcraft. It's about to be fucking 20 years of Warcraft, like, or 30 years, and then 20 years of WoW. Blizzard. This is old Blizz, too. This was like Mike Morhaime Blizz and like fucking, what's his name? Sam, whatever the fuck his name is.
4 years have passed since the mortal races banded together.
It was 4 years after Warcraft 3.
Against the might of the Burning Legion.
Let me turn up the,
Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated.
I'm trying to beat the hardest boss right now. Oh, is that the
drums of
Rue
war
Fire guy? I have no fucking clue.
Once again.
I have no clue what the hardest bosses are. The drums of war echo once again. I'm so fucking pale. Jesus Christ. I need to change that too. I need to unpale myself. It's insane how long Warcraft has been going on. It really is, and it's like it's more insane how much longer I've played it. Melania. Oh yeah, the Rose lady, Melania, fucking Blade lady. Yeah, okay, you're right. She is the toughest. Oh, Night Elf boobies. Everybody's favorite part. The Night Elf cleavage. That wouldn't fly in today's cinematics. We have like cleavage-less cinematics. They are anti-sexy. They're just like all cool. When was the last like time there was like any sex appeal in like a cinematic? With the Stone Boy and Dragonflight. Everybody loves a good Stone Man. This fucking sick ass undead here. This cinematic is so good for getting you hyped to play WoW because it shows off all the classes, all the races, like looking at Druid and then Warlock. It's all these iconic matchups. I can assume this is a Tauren Druid, or just like a Tauren. But look at like Thunderbluff. Or fucking Mulder or whatever. Like, that looks beautiful. Is this the Orc dude swinging Osh Candy? Oh, he has a... In the BC one, he has Osh Candy. In this, he has like an orc outside of Orc. I was trying to... I tried to light up with the camera. My favorite is the end. Or the Tauren, yeah. Right in the fucking face. And it took them like forever for Tauren to actually get like a totem mount. Or totem weapon, I should say. Alright, now for the Burning Crusade one. This one's awesome. Everybody fucking loves Illidan. Banished for 10,000 years.
Imprisoned.
Oh, imprisoned, whatever. 10,000 years. Banished from my own homeland.
Banished from my own homeland.
I forget what else he says. I like forget. I know those two lines. Now, well, I guess there's subtitles. I can turn this off. Is it more fun with subtitles?
You are not prepared.
You are not prepared. You are not prepared. Nos is prepared. Nos is taking on Melania right now. Nos is fucking fighting for his life right now. Like this. And Draenei Paladins are so sick. Like, this makes you want to play a fucking Draenei Paladin. Like, this... I was listening to my stream for a second. I love this part where she, like... Sucks. Ah, I, like, pulled a muscle doing that, because I was like... That part's awesome. It turns into a little... This part's fucking sick. He's using Oshkosh right there. It's like an awesome weapon. Get up, Orcman. That part's sick. I wish that were like an actual spell. It's like it's just like her using magic. Oh, this is everybody's favorite part. You are not prepared.
You are not prepared.
We weren't. BC was fucking sick. We weren't ready for it. All the expansions are amazing. Like, controversial opinion, every expansion has something good in it. That's not even controversial. It's just like an objective fucking fact. Every expansion has something good in it. Something. It's like Pokemon. Like, everybody's Pokemon. Someone has a favorite Pokemon who's like fucking like the most obscure Pokemon. Like Floette. Like, whose favorite Pokemon is Floette? Like a little flower. I mean, I guess it's cute. Or like Klefki. I fucking hate Klefki. That's like, he's my least favorite. But Klefki is someone's favorite Pokemon. And we gotta respect that. Just like how every expansion is someone's favorite. You know, for the Wrath one. This one's probably, speaking of people's favorite expansions, this is contender for favorite expansion. Not mine personally, but other people's. Wrath was really fun. I played so much in Wrath. I probably played most in Wrath out of like most expansions. But the game has just evolved and gotten better in so many ways. It's like so tough to compare.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name
Arthas.
Arthas.
It's like Arthas smells. This this cinematic is like still one of the best. Thought I heard, but she's a sucker for healing. Oh yeah. Oh, does she heal? That's awful. It's great to see you back. Yeah, it's nice to be streaming again. I just haven't been like the right mental space or like having the motivations. But a new WoW expansion coming out is like perfect, like excuse and reason to start streaming again. Like giving me the motivation to. My mental health is just like I need to like see a therapist. Like it's like long overdue. It's just like. Oh, what is this?
Our line has always ruled with
Randomly scrolling Twitch on my phone and can't even crush the screen. Also streaming to YouTube. Oh, awesome. On YouTube, I do cute tri-hauls on yoga. I don't know if this is a bot comment, but we'll just... It's linked there. Come say 18 plus only. What do you think, Nos? Is this a bot comment? Not to assume so. But you never know. We'll just leave it. It's fine. We always can. Nos is a mod, and you're a mod, so you can always dispense justice if you see fit. I get it. I ain't been streaming much as of late. Took a bit of a back burner. Yeah. Looks like it's been summer. It's a horny bot. Oh, okay. I assumed so, but like you never know. Like I'm too like what? You would assume so. That's what I mean, like, I've been streaming so long, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe people come in and they're like, hey. Probably a virus on this, but yeah, good call. This is why you're here.
Victory, my son. is stirring the hearts of your people.
I would get in trouble without people liking me.
I tell you
this, because one day
when my days have come to an end,
you shall be king.
you shall be king.
Yes. Now that's a nice cinematic. That cinematic stands up today, like to today's standards, if you ask me. I need to 1 second. I'm typing on a Discord. Pew. I'm dropping the stream on Discord self promos because I'm shameless. Okay. Sorry about that. I was popping in some self promos, some shameless self promos. That's what they're there for. Like, what else am I to do? It's literally what they're there for. Okay, let's watch Cataclysm. We're making good time. We could probably even slow it down. I'd probably be more critical in watching these, but I like watching. Agony. This one's sick. Cataclysm is insane.
Hatred burns through the cavernous deeps.
The deeps. The cavernous deeps. This would hurt like hell. Ugh. But Deathwing was insane at this point. Like, he was corrupted by the old gods. Like, it didn't matter. Dude was crazy already. Cataclysm was so crazy for how it, like, changed Azeroth. Like, and there's only the third expansion. We've had Cataclysm Azeroth longer than we've had, like, normal Azeroth.
World heaves with my torment. Its wretched kingdoms quake beneath my rage.
There he is. Cataclysm is a great expansion. That looks cool. I've never really noticed like the fire effect on that. It looks really cool. Whoa. I feel like I'm like rewatching these for the first time.
Of Azeroth will break.
I'm like noticing the details I've never had before.
And all will burn beneath the shadow of my wings.
The best part about Cataclysm was that this was like the login screen. And like in this pose right here. Not the statue of, I think that was Lothar. Who was that? Whose statue was that? Was that Tyrallian's statue? He's gonna be pissed. And then Mop. I feel like we just relived Mop because we did with the what's it called? Remix. How do I I'm trying to turn on. There we go. Yeah, Cataclysm was insane for how it changed like the world. It was the first of like, well, we got Transmog. That was like the best change. That's all. that was like, that's all it needed to be an all-time great expansion. Look at it. I'm not ready to rewatch this one. I'm excited to gush about why I love this fucking cinematic so much, honestly. Let's watch the mop one. I love the War Within cinematic. I can't fucking wait to watch it again.
To ask why we fight
Is to ask why leaves fall.
leaves fall.
Because of gravity, bitch.
It is in their nature.
The same difference. Nature, gravity. Gravity's in
There is
nature.
a better question.
Gravity is like one of the primary forces of nature. So like, give me a little something, Terran Zoo. Blizzard presents an expansion everybody wrote off because they were like, oh, what is this Kung Fu Panda? And it ended up being like one of the best ones. You don't judge a book by its cover. Sharpen that stick, Admiral Taylor. Get ready. I love how it shows them like washing up and like getting ready. I fucking got her. Nice. Good job, dude. How many like tries did it take you? How long were you trying that? Congratulations. An epic gaming win. Oh, look out. He's behind you. That part's sick when he fucking pops out of the thing. The cutscenes are dope. Yeah, WoW has amazing cutscenes. Like, the cinematics are like, especially for the like expansions, they're like so good. Oh, who are you? A third wheel has intruded on our date. Ooh. It's Jack Black. A lot of people didn't like the cinematic because they're like, it's too goofy. But like, that part's so funny. And like, that's hilarious. Like, he's like, there you go. Like, it's corny and goofy. Like, that's why it's hilarious and amazing. I can't disclose that information too many. Hey, however many it takes, you got it done. It's definitely taken me too many times to kill too many bosses in too many video games. I never noticed the stuff on his belt.
Why do we fight?
To protect
To protect home
and family.
to preserve balance and bring harmony.
Pandaria was an amazing expansion.
For my kind, the true question is, what is worth fighting for?
Fuck yeah. And this, it was like so different. That was why a lot of people didn't like it, because they're like, what is this panda shit? But it was amazing. I'm off to beat the game now. Oh, to fight the last boss. Nice. Who's the last boss? Is it that fire guy? Ra, whatever the fuck? Is he the last boss? I have no idea. I've never played it, but I want to. Sorry, I was just looking at something. Oh, I was watching this one. Yeah, Mist was an amazing expansion. It had, like, probably the best story of any of the expansions, because it was the first time they actually, like, gave a shit about the story, and it had, like, literally a complete beginning, middle, end story, like, which Basically no expansion after this point. Classic, not really any story. Burning Crusade, kind of. Wrath, sort of their first attempt at any kind of like actual sort of story. Kata, not really. It sort of did with Thrall and like the Dragon Soul, but it was like, I feel like it kind of got off the rails. Like, this was the first time like beginning, middle, end, like it kind of made sense, was complete. And then kind of where the story first started getting off the rails was in WoW, but this cinematic is... This is their most viewed one on YouTube, and for damn good reason. Like, this is still so many people's favorite of the cinematics. 35 years ago. It's like, from when? It could be from anywhere. I get what they mean though, like it was from when this obviously happened. But that was just funny.
Drink, Hellscream.
Claim
Claim your destiny.
fucking creepy Gul'dan.
You will all be
What's that?
conquerors.
He didn't drink it.
And what, Gul'dan, must we give in return?
Everything.
Grom said, nope. I will not drink your weird Mountain Dew.
You would reject this gift.
Uh-oh. We know this guy. This Manoroth, the dude whose blood he was about to drink.
Mongrels here. Just to watch you die.
He was about to drink that demon's blood to turn them all, like, into slaves of the Burning Legion. Like, in a crazy ballad. We have catapults and siege weapons and fucking technology from the future. These Iron Stars. That was what it invented those in mists. Why are those there, I wonder? Oh, wrong. I love how he's still like angle it and move it, like. Good thing Grom did all those tire flips at the gym. Fucking sick. That's one of the most awesome parts. Uh-oh. It's just like in Warcraft 3, but this time it's different. Garrosh saved his father's life from getting blasted by demon fire. This was not our destiny.
This was not our
Sexy Garrosh in 3, 2.
Times change.
Look at that 5 o'clock shadow. What a stud. Times changed, and so did my facial hair.
We will never be slaves.
Hell yeah. Like, this is Warcraft. Fucking orcs and demons.
But we will be conquerors.
Badass, like, fight scenes. Dark Portal. I love how they're building it. That's so cool. Lords of Draenor. WoD was awesome. And now, this used to be my favorite of the cinematics until another one came along. Oh, we'll watch that one. What time is it? 5:03. Oh, we're like zooming through these. We're good. I want to take a hot second here to check something real quick. What's up? Bear with me. Coming on this journey with me to adjust the camera. Yeah, this way. My brain can't it's like inverted. It's like in a video game. Not good enough. I don't like that. I liked how it was before, honestly. That's why I shouldn't have moved it. I shouldn't fuck with things that don't need to fuck with. Okay. That's fine. I'm off to beat the game now. Oh, I think I read that earlier. Well, good luck, Nos. I think I read that comment already, but good luck beating Elden Ring. I'm not. We are patiently awaiting the WoW launch. Only in an hour, so we're getting there. But WoD was like the greatest expansion that never was. It started off so strong, but there was like one patch, and then like they just gave up on it essentially and just went full steam ahead into Legion. They're like, well, this is already kind of fucked. Like, it had a bad launch. Like, it had all kinds of problems with like, what do we want to do with the garrison? Like, well, there was like nothing to do like daily. There was no world quest. There was no Mythic Plus. It was just like do your garrison and make money hand over fist from that. And the dungeons and raids are really good. Like, raiding in WoD was amazing. But aside from that, it was like you made a lot of money from your garrison, from your phone, from little like missions, but aside from that, had some other problems. That's good. Is that too small? This is what I mean when I say I shouldn't mess with anything. That's good. It just needs my face, that's all. Let's watch the, Now this cinematic is...
My son. A terrible darkness has returned to our world.
I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
very such
As
badass.
before, it seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
You might not. Well, you might know how that story ends, but... They're coming back! Did they ever leave? Like, you'll see in a second. It's like, what do you mean they're coming back? I guess they're, like, coming to attack them again, but... It's like we're kind of coming at them.
All my life I have lived by the sword. I've seen kingdoms burn, and watched brave heroes die in vain.
Too many.
It's been difficult for me to trust after losing so much. But from you,
Sylvan is
I
pulling
have
up.
learned patience, tolerance,
He's like, oh, hello. Fancy
and
seeing you
faith.
here. Also trying to save the world. It's okay. The enemy of my enemy. Burning Legion. Crazy fellbacks. You can just like swarm and shred everything. Then you get hit with an Inferno. It's like, alright. How is this even fair? It's alright. King won't go down easy. What a team play from Solana. Who would expect it? Nice. Hell yeah. Oh no! We lost the engine. We lost the engine, we're going down, Captain. Captain goes down with his ship. I love scenes like this when people like sink.
Anduin, I now believe, as you do, that peace is the noblest
He
aspiration.
lost his pauldron. Or his
But
shoulder
to
plate.
preserve it, you must be willing to fight.
To fight. Yes.
Get him, my king. Kill those demons.
For Azeroth!
Fuck yeah. We don't even need to talk about how great Legion was. Everybody already knows it. It's just beating a dead horse at this point. Everybody knows how amazing Legion was. Like, but why was Legion so great? It was just like the class flavor was like insane. Every class had a class hall. They had those like super cool artifact weapons. You had super cool storylines. You had all these famous characters you were hanging out with, like doing shit with. Like the stakes were so high because the Burning Legion was invading. Like this is like holy shit. Here we go. Like the Legion is invading. Like it's time. Here we go. The shit is happening. The Horde and Alliance teamed up for like kind of the first time ever, really. Not really in Wrath. Up until this point, we were straight up like at war in Cataclysm, basically, in MoP. And then that kind of ended in WoD. And then Legion, it like pretty much ended. Then, and like all your class, like people were all like from Horde and Alliance. Like it didn't matter. Like all the Paladins banded together, and they even say like, I forget. I think it was in like one of the War Within quests or whatever, or the Tears Guard quest. One Paladin's like, our bonds forged during Legion were unbreakable. Like, so you can't really go like back to faction conflict after that, can you? Well, we'll see. But yeah, Legion, one of the greatest expansions ever. Can't wait for Legion Remix. It's gonna be amazing. So much of Legion. There were some problems though. Leveling was kind of rough in Legion. It had some issues with like the legendary, like acquisition, like RNG of getting a legendary. Like if you got a bad one, you were just screwed. Like a lot of like the top mythic people would like delete and remake characters to fucking like re-roll their legendary RNG. So like stuff like that was happening, but for the most part, pretty amazing expansions. Like the last two patches, especially like Tomb of Sargeras and then Antorus, like those raids were great. Like all the raids in Legion were good. The story was awesome, and it ends with what's his name stabbing the world, which is like directly related to War Within. So this is like Legion has a lot of prop relevance to what we're about to do. More so than like these two. But yeah, it's Legion, great expansion. Can't talk about it enough. So let's watch the EFA one. Well, I'll do say this cinematic, very good. This gets you hyped. This gets you hyped for some WoW. Hello? I know it starts off quiet, but like, is it playing?
Ours
Okay.
is a cycle of hatred.
I was like, is there sound?
Alliances forged and broken.
I couldn't hear that first like piano key.
We have paid the price for sharing this world. And we have forgotten What makes us strong?
And this is when Sylvanas becomes like the main character. Like,
Close ranks! Advance has won!
oh, is it Varian?
Ours!
My king, we have her cornered.
Excellent. Yeah, we're
Firing!
kind of having a huge battle with Lordaeron because the Horde burnt down the Night Elf tree. The Night Elf World Tree, Darnassus, they straight up burnt that shit down. For kind of no reason. Like, just to do it. Oh yeah. Sarfang, cleaving people. But this expansion, or this cinematic, this got like, this got the faction stuff going again. Which was like kind of lost. But they're like, fuck it, we're going all in. She's about to go all in. They're like, oh no! They're just like, no. That part's sick. You can't be a Horde player and not get hyped as hell after hearing that. Like, Sylvanas screaming for the Horde and then Sarfang, Orc yelling. Yeah! Victoria coming through. This is what I mean, like, the Horde is so, like, they have so many, like, big, strong races. Like, this is... Look at my king fucking taking out orcs like it's nothing. It's Andrew. The boy king? Andrew! The troll's like, damn, this dude's pissed. I can't go on, my king. Oh, as he throws it down. The king's hands are healing hands. That's what Tolkien said. Yes. Hell yeah. I love Genzel's smirk. Can you imagine you're fighting a war and this dude just reses everybody?
Stand as one for the Alliance!
Tell my king. BFA cinematic was amazing. That was like the last time the story stuff ever really got, or the faction like war was ever really like a main part of the story. Because after that we were like kind of like came to a truce and we were like, all right, it was the fourth war. We had our fun, we had our war, but now after that we're good. BFA, like, the expansion itself, it started off really amazing, but, like, it was, like, 3 expansions in one. It felt like they were just, like, throwing everything and, like, seeing what stuck. It's like, oh, now it's Azshara, now it's N'Zoth, like, now it's basically just them. And then first, the faction war could have been, like, an entire expansion. Azshara could have been, like, her entire expansion. N'Zoth could have been, like, an entire expansion, like, on their own, like, worthy villains. So it was just, like, so much crammed into one. It kind of made sense when it's like, oh, like, N'Zoth's influence like played a part in the faction. It's like, okay, like he tied in that way. That makes sense. And he like manipulated Azshara. It was just like that was like the first BFA was like the first, like, oh my god, like, people at the time really not like BFA, but I mean, I liked it. I mean, at the time there were plenty of problems. Sorry, my chair squawk. I'm sure plenty of problems at the time, but like I played a lot in BFA. Like the gameplay was really fun. Like all the Azurite essences were really cool. Like those were fun when they added those in. Like Mythic Plus was pretty good in BFA. So like for all of its problems, like I said earlier, like every expansion has like something good about it. Corruption was fun when they added that in. The raids in BFA were pretty good. So like BFA, like, you know, you weren't the worst expansions. We're getting to you. Trust me, we're gonna. Can we not? Can we just pretend this didn't happen? Just it's basically what we're doing, but yeah, BFA, pretty good expansion. Kind of tried to do too much. The game was so bloated at the time. There was a lot of that. There was just like so many systems, like so much you have to do all this shit. Like there was just a lot happening. Like, but it had some pretty good parts. Like, the launch was really hype. They had a lot of like cinematics that they did with like Saurfang that were like really good. And then like the story in BFA, like the faction war part was really good. All the other stuff, whatever. The cinematics only like really focus on the faction war anyway, so like okay, this is like what the expansion is about. But it was cool. I liked BFA. And then along came a little expansion called Shadowlands that tried to screw things up for everybody. Cool cinematic though. We'll tell Shadowlands this. We'll give it this. It's got a cool cinematic. But you know, they all do. You gotta be a good expansion on top of that too. Can't just have a good cinematic. That's like a given.
Crown.
Metal scrapes.
A monument to our suffering.
I love how they're scared of her.
The veil between life and death.
Like, what was it like when she had to go through Ice Crown? Like, did the undead were just like, oh shit, we don't want to fuck with this lady?
Sits on a frozen throne.
I like how she calls Bolvar a usurper, but like, he kind of like sacrificed himself
But
to do it.
no king rules forever.
Oh, there's our boy. That part's cool. Goes into like Lich King mode. So normally he's like always covering that dragon fire. The Lich King and his whole army's coming at you. And she's just like, bring it on. She's like, good. Not going well for our boy Bolvar. Why didn't Arthas do this? Just throw part of Ice Crown at us. He was too cool too. That part's sick. We'll win. Whoa! She's like, good thing I've unlocked Ultra Instinct before this fight. She does have white hair. I guess it's silver. You know. Oh, where'd she go? Uh-oh. I do kind of like this like chain power they gave her. like hide them in the shadow. Like that's cool. Give it here. I got something I want. This part's so like kind of like disturbing in a way. She like brings him to his knees.
You are unfit to wear this crown.
She just like totally defeats him. It's like holy shit. She like strips that from him, which was kind of like keeping him alive in a way. Like
To wield so much power.
what's she gonna do with it?
Power will be your prison.
This world is a prison.
You know, she kind of makes a good point. It's not the worst point she's ever made. And the person you hate makes a good point. What's she gonna do? She gonna put it on? What's she gonna do? This part is oh, that's not good. that don't look good for the world.
And I will set us all free.
Shadowlands may have ended up being arguably the worst expansion, but I think it has like the most insane like ending of any cinematic. Like she breaks the Lich King crown and the fucking roof of the sky shatters and like opens its way to the Shadowlands. That's like holy fuck, what just happened? Like, because you were like holy shit, like you would never see that coming. It's oh, I broke the Lich King's crown, like whatever. Like there's just like some you'd think oh it's just some explosion or something crazy. Like okay sure, but no, like the fucking sky shattered and opened a interdimensional portal to the fucking land of death. Yeah, for as not great as Shadowlands might have ended up being, it kind of had like I would say one of arguably the best like ending of a cinematic, like cliffhanger, like hook. Except that's tough to say. I mean, after we watch all of them, I guess, but that's like holy shit, what just happened? People were mad about her defeating the Lich King, though. That was kind of like, why is she so strong at being the Lich King? I kind of get that. I honestly had that reaction too, because like sometimes like she's strong, but like the Lich King is played up to be like this, like such a badass like demigod of death. But you have to remember, this is Bolvar, who was like a burnt corpse. At least Arthas was like, you know, a normal, living, breathing, strong human, like probably in the prime of his life when he became the Lich King. And he was like already super powerful. Like Arthas was stronger than Bolvar, like just as a paladin anyway. And then when Arthas was the Lich King, he had Frostmourne, which was like a special like rune blade. And like Bolvar just had like his little hammer, like, you know, that's cool. But like that's not, it wasn't Frostmourne. It wasn't like an iconic, special, super powerful weapon. Like it didn't really have the same, wasn't really powerful in the same way. Let me lower that a little. So like Bolvar already is like not really as strong as Arthas to begin with. So Sylvanas at this point like hanging toe to toe with Arthas because like unbeknownst to us she's like empowered by the jailer who's like convincing her to do all this. I think they say like when she died or whatever she met with the jailer. I can't remember what they like retconned it a little. Like when she died she like saw the Shadowlands and was pissed off that like people were separated from their families and undeath, so she like wanted to change that. She wanted to like break the rules of death, which is like kind of an interesting concept. Like Shadowlands have one of the most like interesting concepts, but just like very not well executed. Like And it had like a Warlords problem where it felt like they like gave up on it. Like they were like, all right, people just straight up don't like this. It also, like, COVID was kind of an issue with Shadowlands. Like, it had the first ever like completely made from work from home patch, like with 9.1 or whatever. So like, a couple of issues with Shadowlands, but what did Shadowlands do well? Good raids, good Mythic Plus. They really started like just throwing in all kinds of like mounts and fucking pets and shit. They're just like, we're just pumping them out now, so that was kind of nice. It's really good for collectors. The story itself like wasn't, it was interesting up until like 9.2. It like wasn't really too bad. It was like it was different because we're going to the realm of death. We're figuring all this stuff out. We're seeing things we've never seen before. All these different like crazy locales, which could have been crazier for being like the realm of death. But the story at the beginning wasn't not interesting. But just kind of got ruined when they're like, oh, the jailer's behind literally everything that's ever happened for the last like 30 years beginning of WoW. Like that kind of ruined it. Like the jailer being like, I've been behind everything and I'm just like a robot. There's like a factory of me. You could just replace me. Like that was weird. Like the Arbiter's a robot. That was probably one of the biggest problems with Shadowlands. The fact that like robots control the afterlife. Like kind of a weird angle there to take, but and then the jailer was just like, he became like Space Abraham Lincoln when he was like, a cosmos divided cannot stand. Like, okay, but you like wanted to like dominate the world and like subjugate everybody and like remake reality, so how was that like, we need to stand together? He would have been like, if he felt that way, he should have been like, yo, listen to me because shit's about to get crazy and you have no idea. But he wasn't. He was like, all will serve me because I am the supreme leader of everything. Like, okay, we've heard that spiel before. We're just going to kill you and move on, which is what happened. But yeah, Shadowlands is still not a very well received expansion. This was like peak Blizzard hate, because it was also when their lawsuit was happening. Like, so people were really not fans of Blizzard. It was also after BFA, which was not, because people love Legion. Then we got BFA, which was like, alright. Bad expansion. We're kind of doing like the bad expansion, good expansion, bad expansion. Little combo here, little 1-2. So people are like, oh, Shadowlands gotta be good because BFA was bad. You'd think, you would hope, but you would be wrong. Shadowlands ended up being probably the worst expansion, so. But. And then along came the dragons. I felt like everything was like right with the world again. Yeah, but Shadowlands, glad to be done with you. It had some good stuff, like legendaries, kind of an issue with like how expensive they were, but like as a concept they were cool. Like make your own legendary. The raids weren't bad. Covenant abilities were like pretty cool. Again, another problem with like, oh, you're like stuck with this covenant and it's like a huge like lore thing and like you're missing out on story and like collectibles and other abilities. So like, again, another expansion, kind of like Legion and BFA, where they were like at their best at the end. Like all expansions kind of like reach like a point by the end where it's like, all right, like we're letting you do whatever, like you can just have fun with it. So once it got to that point, it was good, but too many problems in retrospect. And not a good time for Blizzard when Shadowlands was happening, in game or out of game. So they've been kind of trying to forget all about it and be like, this didn't really happen. Just pretend, push it. Didn't really happen. Don't really worry about it. Like, sure, it happened, but we don't really care about it. So that's how we're gonna handle it. Yeah, goodbye, Shadowlands. Good riddance. In some ways, goodbye. A fond farewell in some ways. Good riddance in others. Wax on, wax off. All right, now on to the dragons. Oh no, I dripped my dew. I dripped my dew when I went to watch the dragons. Say that 5 times fast. Let's just watch it. Stop saying dumb tongue twisters. Dumb tongue twisters? 10,000 years ago. After challenge, you're like, what the hell are we gonna do with the story? So Dragonfly, I remember watching it like, what the hell is happening? This was 10,000 years ago.
Cries out in pain.
When the Legion first showed up.
We must go to its aid. We
Dragons are gonna
entrust
fight him.
our ancestral home to you, the Watchers.
The Stone Boys.
Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. You will feel our return in the waking of the
I thought
land.
they like power down like initiating sleep
You
mode.
must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us.
I will now sleep forever until the dragons come away. Commence sleep protocol. I like how it doesn't say present day, it's like now. Literally right this second. Serene orchestral music is right. Hey buddy, how's your sleep? Oh. He didn't have as nice of a nap as I did.
I know what I must do. I must climb the mountain and answer the call.
My stone man instincts tell me. Oh no. Smell you later. What does Gary tell Red? Smell you later, like punk or something? Like pal? Chump? I think it says chump. I think it says smell you later, chump.
I am here. What do you ask of me, my... Oh.
Stone Zeus is caboose. Kaput. Caboose. I meant to say caboose and kaput. No. Didn't work. He like goes down like, God damn it. He like knows what he has to do. He's like, I gotta climb this son of a bitch. Oh no! Good catch. Finger strength of the stone boy. I bet the stone lady's like that. Squeeze.
I think I did all those flies at the gym.
Sitting on that one little machine where you do those little like presses. Oh, sorry about the microphone.
Push for the dragons. Push.
This part always reminds me of Iron Giant. He's following Superman. Like right here when he closes his eyes. We're here literally immediately. Like, she showed up crazy fast. She showed up fast enough to save him from falling, from doing that. I remember like getting tearing up watching this. It was so like beautiful, all the color.
The world is healing,
After Shadowlands was so dark and
but
depressing,
her fate is yet uncertain.
this was like, oh my god, all this color, all this life, the world is healing. Like, it kind of felt that weird because we were like getting out of the pandemic.
Together, We shall be
Like in the
Azeroth's
real world?
protectors once again. Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Yes. Dragonflight is going to go down as one of the greatest expansions. Top three. Top three. Definitely top three. It did so much. It was a breath of fresh air after Shadowlands. The story wasn't amazing, nothing crazy to write home about, but it didn't need to be. All it had to be was good enough. What it did for the game, like with changing the talent system, was amazing. Like, dragon riding is like one of the greatest things I've ever added, like the new flying system. Like, Dragonflight was the professions update. They updated the UI. They like modernized the game so much in Dragonflight. It really feels like Dragonflight is a WoW 2.0 more than like any other of the expansions like ever before it. I mean, at this point it's like a 3.0, 4.0. But like it just changed. It like felt like the first time the game was like coming into the modern era. And like with them like changing, like, oh, you don't have to do all this crazy stuff with Torghast every week, like you don't have all these chores to do. There's no Choreghast. Like, it was just a breath of fresh air after Shadowlands. But what were some issues? I can't really think so. It kind of like ended on kind of like a blah. It's kind of like ended. It felt like it should have been another patch, but it feels like they like they were like figured out what we're gonna do with like War Within and the World Soul Saga, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna like go all in on this, like developing all next couple expansions at the same time, like. So I feel like once they figured it out, they were like, okay, Dragonflight was good enough, but now we're going all in. Because I feel like you kind of need another patch, but I'm not gonna watch this one because how much longer we got here? About 20 minutes. I kind of want to be like on the game. So we'll watch War Within and then I actually need to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back before we watch this. So I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's watch the War Within cinematic. Now this is a fucking cinematic right here. Like, it wasn't like crazy epic like the other ones, but it is, what did Messon say? It's a small heartfelt moment. And he's right. Let's so let's watch. No, we won't even give it any preamble. We're just gonna watch it. I like how it starts right away, like instantly. There's our boy Anduin. Hanging in the desert somewhere.
Anduin.
Azeroth's talking to him. So who goes there?
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide.
Hello,
Is that it?
it's me, Thrall.
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
Start crying
You
again.
didn't just come here for me.
This one always gets me.
It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately.
Seeing visions.
What could it be, Thrall? Tell me, Thrall.
Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream.
I love that line. Like a voice from a dream.
Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
It's traumatized from Shadowlands.
I am not that person anymore. I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
I told myself I'm gonna try not to cry, but no. And then his theme song plays. It's just so beautiful, like. Oh.
Hear me.
It's like, okay, I hear you. Jeez, you don't gotta be so loud. Trying to have a moment here.
Worse.
Get up, Anduin. get back in the
Look.
fight.
Whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrawn? Who's calling out to us?
IDK might be a
I'm not
fifth
sure
kid.
yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
That sword was aimed at someone.
You want to talk about cliffhanger? You want to talk about hooks? War Within has a great fucking sword. So everybody's like, "What sword? What sword?" Why aren't we talking about the sword?
The World Soul
Saga. This is the World Soul Saga is like everything I want. When they announced this, I was so hyped. It was like, because it's like, it's bringing back to what you want. Like, the story of Azeroth is about the world of Azeroth. Like, the people on it, how it changes, like, things that happen to it, like, the power of Azeroth. Like, it's not about Lands of Death, it's not about Ram stuff. It's like, it's about Azeroth and its people in the world. And I feel like they're cooking up some crazy shit within War Within. But the reason I love this so much is because of how it portrays Anduin. Because when he's like, Thrall's like, he's like, it's okay, like, he's like, no, he's like, not, we need your, he's like, we need your light. And he's like, what are you talking about? I have no light. Like, I was mind controlled and tried to kill my friends. Like, I was a mind slave to, like, the worst villain ever, like, who would manipulate me. He was basically another Arthas, like, in Shadowlands, like. And so, and he's like, after I do all that, how could I have light? How can I save everyone when I was trying to kill them and I was this awful person? When he says, not after what I've seen and not after what I've done, like, that's what it feels like. You're like, how can I be a good person when I've done all these bad things? Like, after what I've seen so much awful things, and you've done so many awful things. Like, not only is, like, his faith, like, in question because of, like, all the awful things he's seen, all the war and, like, death and, like, violence and, like, just destruction that he's, like, been subjected to ever since he's been born. And then he becomes king and has the pressure of that, gets into a whole, like, world war, and then after that he goes into the realm of death and, like, gets mind controlled by the, like, crazy, like, space Abraham Lincoln and becomes, like, Arthas Jr. So yeah, of course he's gonna be messed up after that. And he's like, how can you expect me to be your savior after all I've seen and all I've done? And, like, that's what it feels like. You're like, I can't, how could I be a good person when awful things have happened to me and I've done awful things? Like, you feel like you don't have it in you. He's like, what light? It's literally, I've got nothing. And, like, that's what it feels like. I don't want to say, like, when you're, like, traumatized, like, just simplified so much, but, like, kind of, it's a big part of it. Like, you're like, how can I be a good person when I was a bad person? When I made awful choices, when I made bad choices? How can I make good choices when I made bad choices? And it's like, oh, just make the good choice. But it's like, it calls into question your whole, like, what you believe about yourself, like, how you feel about yourself, like, your self-identity, like, it's everything. It's like Anduin's having a whole, like, moral crisis right now. And I love the line where Thrall's like, time by itself feels nothing. Because, like, that's kind of really true. Like, sure, you can take time. But if you're just, like, sitting there stewing in it and not, like, dealing with the things that happened, it won't get better. Like, time by itself, like, oh, sure, time will just pass. But if you're not, like, actively getting better, like, it won't. It will probably even get worse. Not to ramble, I feel like I'm rambling, but it just, like, it just spoke to me on such, like, a personal, deep level that I can't even really, like, explain. At least, like, you know, well enough to to properly summarize it. Yeah, that was all the cinematics. I'm glad we watched them. Glad I gave some of my thoughts on it. Really love War Within. Like, just And when Thrall says, like, you are not your past, he, like, reminds him, it's like, you might have done these awful things, but you can change. The future is now, starting from today, starting from as soon as you make the choice to do what Anduin did and stand back up again, take your friend's hand, get back in the fight. They'd be like, hey, we need you. And he's like, of course, I'll be there for you. So it shows he's still got that in him. I don't know, I just think it's just like, I can't really, too much has happened. I can't really, my brain's too frazzled to put in the proper words, but it's just like touching on a way I didn't expect. Like, I just really love that cinematic. But yeah, that was all the cinematics. That was fun watching them, and thank you for watching them with me. Alright, let's log in and let's get cracking here. We're about to get started. Should be up in a couple minutes.